Hi everyone, I'm Ali. I've been living in New York City for 10 years now. If you have been here before and took the subway during summertime, you will understand what it feels like to go from the equator to the North Pole within a second. Not to mention how cold it can get in the office with a central AC system blasting on you. However, no matter how much I complain about AC, it's hard to imagine life without it. But have you ever wondered how ancient people survived summer with no electricity for nearly 5,000 years? No refrigerator, no electric fans, and no air conditioners. Well, it's not as bad as you think. Let's look at 9 hacks the ancient Chinese had for summer. Chinese people always say to follow the course of nature. Just like how birds migrate from season to season, ancient people also used natural surroundings to keep cool. Emperor Kangxi of the Qing dynasty ordered to build a mountain resort in Chengde, specifically for the royal family to escape the heat in summer. But that's pretty luxurious. Common folks, like me and you, would just visit local lakes or mountains to cool off. People built stone beds in their summer resorts. It's also common for people to use porcelain pillows, jade pillows, ivory mats, and bamboo mats to keep cool. Even today, bamboo mats are still widely used in China. When I was little, my whole family would sleep on bamboo mats during the summertime, and we never needed to turn on the AC at night. And I'm still using this pillow when it gets really hot. It's filled with tea leaves, and it smells really good too. Ancient Chinese architects have done intricate calculations on how to cool down the house with architecture. Since the sun rises from the east and sets in the west, it's always important for Chinese people to position the house facing south to prevent the summer sun from directly shining into the house. Another example is, in the Forbidden City, the length and angle of the eaves was carefully calculated to allow sun to reach inside the room during winter but stay out during midday summertime. When it comes to engineering, a really innovative design was a system that transported water to the ceiling and let it drip down, forming water curtains around the house. Another innovative design worked like a water wheel, using water energy to push a wheel of fans, making an automatic fan machine. If you have a basement in your house, you know that it's always cooler down there during the summertime. That is because below ground temperature stays relatively stable compared to the outside temperature. Chinese people realized this, and they have been using underground shelters to keep cool even before the Qin dynasty, which was more than 2,200 years ago. Some families had a deep well in the middle of the room, which could act as an AC to adjust the room's temperature. And they also took advantage of the cool well to store food as well as ice. Speaking of ice, people couldn't make ice, but they could reserve ice from the wintertime. According to records, people have been using ice since the Zhou dynasty around 1000 BC, but it also became very common in the later dynasties for emperors and commoners alike to gather ice from rivers during winter and use them for summer. By Qing dynasty, the last dynasty, it is recorded that there were 18 large ice cellars around the Forbidden City just for the imperial family. And according to artifacts, the ancient Chinese even used these mini portable refrigerators to store ice and chill food inside. They could also act like an AC to cool down a room. And of course, people can make all sorts of drinks and desserts with ice, such as the iced sour prune drink and even ice cream. However, it's more common for people to eat cooling foods to cool down naturally. According to Chinese medicine, each food item has its own property, either cold, cool, neutral, warm, or hot. Watermelon, bitter melon, cucumber, and mung beans are examples of food that help with cooling, so it's better to eat them during summertime. Li Shizhen, one of the most famous Chinese medical scholars, wrote in his book, "Place an ice cube on the patient's Tanzhong acupuncture point to cure heat stroke." Tanzhong point is right in the middle of the chest area. There are also many medical herbs that contain cooling properties and can help with heat stroke. Imperial doctors will usually make them into pills before the Dragon Boat Festival and incorporate them into the royal family's daily diet. The herbs could also be made into accessories to carry around, such as bracelets, fan ornaments, or sachets. I know it may sound counterintuitive, but it is common for Chinese people even today to drink hot tea and take hot baths during summer. It helps to open up the pores and release heat from inside the body. Not to mention, tea also contains cooling properties. So again, it's about following the course of nature. When it's hot, let your body sweat and do its thing. In the Western world, this will be called fighting fire with fire. Chinese people say 心静自然凉, which means a calm heart and mind keeps you cool. And it's absolutely true. Emperor Kangxi said that he doesn't need to use the fan, take off his hat, or even open the windows during the hot summer, because he has a calm mind and heart, and therefore he doesn't feel hot. Chinese poet Bai Juyi wrote a poem saying, "Everyone runs like crazy trying to escape the heat, but only the Buddhist monk stays inside the room. It's not the meditation room is not hot, but when you have a calm mind, the body is naturally cool." Some people have questioned, how does one cool down automatically by just keeping calm? Believe it or not, the human mind and body have a great impact on one another. Chinese medicine says one will cause internal inflammation when one gets angry. 大动肝火 or burst into fury with a burning liver. Modern science has proved that the human body temperature changes with different moods. All the negative feelings such as anger, disgust, anxiety, pride, and shame will cause an unwanted and unpleasant heat on different parts of the body. Neutral, as you can see, is the best state. So when you're not mentally bothered by the heat or troubles in your life, you will feel physically cool too. If you find this video helpful, please like and share. Let me know if I missed anything in the comments below. I'll be making more videos on traditional Chinese culture, beauty, and fashion. See you next time.